used to think olive oil was basically fancy salad dressing. You know, grab whatever's on sale, drizzle it on stuff. Pat yourself on the back for being healthy. I had no clue that inside one little bottle could be centuries of history, generations of care, and actual healing compounds that could change how my body feels. But then, I stumbled into this tiny olive grove. And what happened next? It completely flipped everything I thought I knew about food, and honestly, about taking care of myself. Before this trip, my olive oil game was pretty basic. I'd grab whatever said extra virgin and call it a day. I mean, olive oil's olive oil, right? Turns out, I was so wrong. It's not even funny. Most of that stuff sitting on grocery store shelves, it's basically olive oil's distant cousin, oxidized, watered down, sometimes not even from olives that saw sunlight in the last 2 years. Yeah, it's that bad. But real olive oil, the kind that's fresh, vibrant, pressed with actual care, that's not just food, that's medicine in a bottle. Anti-inflammatory powerhouse, antioxidant bomb, brain food, heart food, skin food. I had to see how the magic actually happens. The harvest blew my mind right away. These people were picking olives by hand, like each olive mattered. No massive machines, no shortcuts, just careful hands, sorting fruit that would be pressed the same day, not shipped across 3 countries first. Then, I watched this green gold liquid flow from the press, and I swear, it looked alive, electric, nothing like that pale stuff I'd been buying. But here's where it gets interesting. They handed me this tiny glass for a tasting ritual. Swirl it, they said. Smell it first. Then sip and let it hit the back of your throat. The flavour nearly knocked me over. Peppery, bitter, in the best way. So much more intense than anything I'd ever tasted. And that's when it clicked. This wasn't just about making my salad taste better. This was about feeding my cells, supporting my body from the inside out. No wonder Mediterranean people live forever and have skin that glows. They've been drinking liquid gold their whole lives. But here's the kicker. Most of us have never actually tasted the real thing. Standing under those ancient trees, breathing in that earthy smell, feeling the sun on my face, something shifted that I totally didn't expect. I realized I'd become this person who just grabbed food without thinking, always rushing, always choosing convenience over connection. But these people, they knew every tree. They could tell you which olives would make the best oil just by touching them. They weren't just making a product. They were continuing a conversation with the earth that had been going on for generations. And I thought, when did I stop caring where my food came from? When did eating become so disconnected? That connection from tree to soil to table, it actually matters. Because when you know the story behind your food, you start eating with reverence instead of just consuming. Coming home changed everything about how I buy and use olive oil. Now, I'm that person checking harvest dates like I'm buying fine wine. I source from small groves. I store my oils in dark cabinets like they're precious, because they are. But the biggest change, I actually savour it now. A drizzle over roasted vegetables becomes this little moment of gratitude. A spoonful stirred into soup Feels like I'm adding liquid sunshine. Even dipping bread becomes this tiny ritual that makes me slow down and actually taste what I'm eating. Because real nourishment isn't just about getting nutrients into your body. It's about honouring the whole journey, the soil, the sun, the hands that cared for those trees. Olive oil became my bridge back to eating with intention instead of just eating. Now, every time I open a bottle, I remember that grove, the warmth of the sun, the smell of the earth, the pride in the farmer's eyes when I tasted his oil and my face lit up. I eat with more awareness now, more appreciation. If you've never tasted real olive oil, the kind that's so fresh, it almost burns your throat, in the most amazing way, I hope you get to experience that. Because your body absolutely knows the difference, even if your brain hasn't caught up yet. Sometimes, the most healing thing you can do is as simple as choosing real food. From tree to table to you. So tell me, are you ready to taste what you've been missing?